Welcome back everyone again to another class. Please I want us to pay a very close attention to what we want to talk about now, because over the years that I've been in this job, in this service, I have come across different people that call themselves a graphics designer, but they don't understand this particular aspect, this particular tips that they need to understand. And if you are going to tell me that you're a graphics designer and you don't understand all these things that I want to talk about now, you are not a good graphics designer. And this thing that I want to talk about it because of some of you that at the end of this class you can decide that I want to start using the little you have learned to do one or two things, to start working with it, or to start using it to do some petty job aside also. That's why I want to talk about this particular one. You see, in design, we're going to talk about the color tips in color. In design, we have different jobs. You will have come across, okay, let me use program for example. When you check programs, you will discover that the programs, the inner of that program, sometimes they always be in one color. They may be blue color, they may be yellow, they may be purple color, they may be green color, they may be light blue color. The inner will always be in one color, while the cover will be designed with different color, right? You see, in design, we have two types of color. We have what we call one color and we have what we call separation. One color and separation. Please take a very close look into what I'm trying to explain now. I suppose not to give you this, but I decided that let me give it out as tip, because this thing alone I can use it to make a lot of money. When people don't understand it, I use it to make a lot of money. So when you are designing your work, the first thing you need to know is that how many color will that work, how many color will it have. If they tell you that this our work will be in one color, then all your design will be in one color. Are you getting it? And when you are talking about one color work in design, I don't want to know if they want to use a color that even you have not heard about that color before. They call, assuming they said the name of the color we want to use to do that work is color gold violet blue, mixture of gold violet blue. Congratulations to them. But whenever you are designing a work in one color, all the color you are going to use, they are going to be a mixture of one color, one particular color, and that one particular color, the mixture will be black. If you are designing one color for your client, all the colors that you are going to use, they will not exceed black color. And the mixture of the colors that you are going to use are going to be the mixture of black. Now that will take me to talking about colors we have in graphics. colors we have in Gravis. By default in Corel you just be looking at what I'm doing. By default in Corel we have 4 different colors, and those 4 colors we call them black, we call them C, let me use it like this, terms that the computer have, CM, YK. I deliberately do this so that you yourself you will know that this is not a course. So sorry about that. So we call them CM. Let me arrange it the way it's supposed to be. Now in CorelDRAW, these are the colors that we work with. CMYK. CMYK. No, I repeat it. CMYK. So by default, these are the 4 primary colors that we have in CorelDRAW. And you see all other colors that we have, they fall under these 4 colors. All other colors are mixture of these 4 colors. When these 4 colors, when you check their component, you will see that all the other colors that you need, they are their mixtures. So whenever you want to do your design, these are the colors that we consider first before we start adding other colors to them. This one that I'm explaining to you now, it does not apply to you if your design is just for online design. No, it does not apply to you. But for those that want to print out their work, this thing you need it very well, because when you design your work, you just design it anyhow you like, and you want to print it, it will the printing, when you get there, even if they want to help you, they will tell you that your work, this is how it will go with all this color that you use. This is what will happen to your work. But if they don't want to help you at all, they will not tell you what I want to say now. So in printing, when you just add a lot of color to your work without considering this primary color that we have, without considering the role of all these color, without considering color separation, without understanding the colors, by the time they are printing out that work for you, you may likely not enjoy that work. Because at the end of everything, what you design will not be what the printing will print out for you. Are you getting it now? So that is why you must understand the colors very well. That is why you must have it, even 80%, don't let me say 90 or 95, 80% knowledge about CMYK. So if the work you are doing is one color, if it is one color, all your design will be in black. All our design will be in what? Black. The reason why it will be in black is that by the time we are printing out, we are going to use black to print out our work. And when they are printing it, they can decide to print it to blue, they can decide to print it to yellow, they can decide to print it with red, they can decide to print it with orange, they can decide to print it with any color. But when you are designing your one color work, don't forget, one color, it will be in black. You have to design it with black color. Don't say because the customer said they want to use blue to print that work, because of that you now design it in blue color. By the time you want to print, you are the one that will start changing it back from blue to black, and that will now be stress for you that time. That is why you must do it in a proper way before you print. Now you see all this CMYK that we talk about. I know some of you will be thinking that, what about this blue? What about green? Is green not part of color like they taught you when you are doing is it fine art then? Yes, they are part of color, but don't forget that in fine art we have what we call primary color and we have what we call secondary color. The primary color of fine art is different from the primary color of computer. The secondary color of fine art is different from the one we have in graphics, in Corridor, precisely. So the 4 primary color we have in graphics, they are CMYK. C stand for cyan, M stand for magenta, Y stand for yellow, while B black stand for black. CMYK rather, not CMYB. YK stand for black. Don't mind me. Are you getting it now? These are the primary colors. And the secondary colors that we have, those secondary colors can be derived from adding of 2 primary colors together, right? That is how to get secondary color. Now, if I should add cyan plus, let me give you some things. Cyan plus magenta. With this cyan and magenta, adding of cyan and magenta together, I can get up to 50 different colors. Let me show you. Let me come to the I'm coming. I want to take this palette up. Cyan and magenta, I'm trying to my status bar, I want to take it to the top. Okay, if I should come to adding of cyan and magenta, I can get up to 50 different colors that I don't have before. How will I get that? What I need to do is to come to the color component of this thing, the color component of my color box. There is color component. When you open the color component, then you'll be able to see all the color. Let me show you the color component. So when you open the color component and we had our cyan and magenta together, then we'll be able to get other colors. So how will you do that? Come to one of the tools here. Come to this particular tool that we call these additional tools for you anyway. The one that we call fill tools. These fill tools here, I'm supposed to use shortcuts, but because I'm recording presently, the shortcut will not go. So that is why I don't use shortcut. Come to these fill tools and click on color to open the color palette for you. Because I'm using Corel 15, don't forget that I keep on mentioning, because I'm using some Corel Duo version. That is why I'm saying some things. If you are using Corel 13, it will not display this thing like this for you. It will show you another box at the middle, especially at the middle. It will show you another box. That is where you are going to click. Now, when you come here, you will discover that, sorry, let me reduce this thing. You will discover that we have what we call cyan, magenta, yellow, black. So that is where we are going to adjust our color. That is where we are going to mix 2 colors together. That is where we are going to do justice to all our color. Are you getting it now? So with this component here, we'll be able to do any justice we want to do to our color. Now for example, now assuming I want to add, by default this color is blue, this one is blue, which is cyan. Assuming that I want to have mixture of cyan and magenta, as I said it here, click on that box. Let's begin to see. This is cyan and magenta. Depending on the percent I want to use, let me use 100% cyan and 50% magenta. You can see the color I'm having now. This blue is different from the normal cyan blue. Let me have 70. Let me have 100. Now let's wait here. You will discover that this particular blue that I'm having here now, this particular blue which I bring out here, we can now have a conviction that it is a mixture of cyan and magenta. 100% cyan, 100% magenta. I know this before, but I want us to get there so that you can see it yourself. This blue is a mixture of 100% cyan, 100% magenta. Then let's continue our work. Let's add like 20% magenta with 100% cyan. You can see what we are having. Let's continue our work. Let's add like 5%. This one will still look like cyan because it's only 5%. Now let's switch to 100% magenta, 30% cyan, and see what are we going to have. You can see that we get another color. Let's add 50. Can you see now that you are confused now that purple is a combination of cyan and magenta. Let's add it 70. Can you see it now? We have other colors. These are mixture of cyan and magenta. Let me now have like 50. So the more you mix all those colors, then you have different colors. But all those different colors that we have, they are mixture of their secondary color of primary colors. They are mixture of the primary colors. So that is why if you want to design anything, you must consider the primary color you are using first before you jump into your design. If the primary color is not considered, then your design will not be okay. Like for example, if I want to use black for my work, like I said that one color will be in black. If I'm designing it in black and I decided to go and add blue to it, and I have blue and black, and I'll be thinking that when I'm printing it, this blue will come out because they want to use blue to print that work. That is fake. That blue will not come out by the time they are printing that work. That is one thing you should understand now. That blue will not come out. In fact, you will not see it at all. Are you getting it? So that is why you must be very careful when it comes to color. So if we come to, let me add cyan, and I want to show you something. Cyan and yellow, mixture of cyan and yellow. Let's add mixture of cyan and yellow. What are we going to have? Let's bring this one down. 100% cyan, then 50% yellow, fill. 70% yellow, fill. 100% yellow, fill. Now we are confused that this green you are seeing here is a mixture of cyan and yellow. You are confused like that. Let me have 50% and 100% yellow. We are confused that lemon green, is it lemon green? Yes, lemon green is a mixture of yellow and cyan. If we now come back to yellow and magenta, or magenta yellow, magenta and yellow, let's add 50% magenta and 100% yellow. What do we have? We have orange. If we add 100, we have red. You can see it now. When we have 50 here, we have something like, what is this color? Is it pink or peach? Something like that, yeah. 30. You can see it now that we have, let me reduce this one to 50, 30. Can you see it? So this is how we have different colors, but all of those colors, they are secondary colors. They are extracted from the primary colors. All other colors that we are having, they are extracted from the primary colors. So you need to master the primary color very well. When you master the primary color, then you will understand the secondary color. But when you don't master the primary color, you will not understand how to use their secondary color. These are the things that I want you to take into consideration. Now, for example, if we want to design a one color work, okay, let me give you that one of black, because that one is very important when it comes to one color work. If you want to check the mixture of this black, now how can we get other color from black? There are no other colors that you can get from black rather than getting gray. And when you check here, you will see that we have from black to white. From black to white. These are the one color work. These are the colors you can use to do your one color. When it comes to designing one color, all your design will be in black to gray. I can use this, I can use this, I can use this, I can use this. So when I check the components here, let's come to this place and give this black to 30. Because it is one color, it will not be more than 30. We are talking about one color. And when you are designing one color, I repeat again, you want to do a one color work, forget about the color they want to use to print it. That is not your own concern. Some people, they will design receipt, they will now use blue to design receipt, then they will say they want to go and print it. It will not show. You will not enjoy the work at the end. That is why everything must be in one color, which is black. By the time you do all your design in black, since it is one color work, then you take it to printer, they will be the one to convert your black to other color for you. They may convert your black to green, they may convert it to red, they may convert it to orange, if that is what you tell them that you want to use. But you that you are designing it, all your design will be in one color. Are you getting what I'm trying to explain now? So all the color components of black that we have, they are from black to gray. These are the color components here, black to gray. Those are the black color components that we have, black to gray. With that, you are good to go. So that is that in color combination. So let me come back to this, my first page. Now I've explained how to design one color work. Any one color work, you design it in black and white, except, now let me tell you this, except so that by tomorrow you will not be saying that when you attend the training they tell us that all one color work should be in black, except you are printing that work in what we call direct printing. You know what direct printing means? Direct printing means the way you design it, the way it will come out. If you are using direct printing for your work, then you can design your one color with blue color or with green color if that is what they want. If they say we are going to use direct printing to print this work and you are going to print it in one color, then design it for them in any color they tell you that it will be. Once you design it for them in that color, you are good to go. But if it is a work that you want to take to press, printing press, you cannot use any other color than black to design your one color work. Now let's come back to the major aspect, which is separation. Is it separation? What do we call separation? Separation means to separate something. When you are talking about separation, right? And when it comes to separation of color in corridor, it means separating two or more primary colors from themselves. Let me bring out this cyan aspect to explain some things. I told you that we have 4 primary color in computer, in corridor graphics. We have 4 primary color. We have cyan, we have magenta, we have yellow, we have black. And when we are talking about separation, we are talking about separating cyan from magenta, from yellow from black, separating magenta from cyan, from yellow from black. When you are designing your work, I can design my work like Olushola. Let me just do a quick design for you. Let's do a quick design so that we can use it to understand some things. Olushola for rep.